Hundreds of people die each winter in house fires and thousands get injured, but you don't have to become a victim. Joining us with ways to protect your home and your family during the colder months and all year long are the president of the American Red Cross, Gail J. McGovern, and the regional disaster officer, Steve Serenelli. Good morning.
Good morning, Linda. Thanks for having us on your show.
Of course. This is such an important topic. We've already seen some of these house fires here in our area in Florida. Staggering numbers, 47,000 fires in the U.S. during the winter holidays. Now we hear about Christmas lights catching on fire, people trying to keep warm with stoves. What else is happening?
So, first of all, every 8 minutes, the American Red Cross is responding to a home fire. And in fact, just this year alone, we've helped 67,000 families, and 700 of them were in your area. Every night we go out, we help the family, we look in the eyes of people that have just lost everything. We provide them a blanket, food, shelter, simple things like a toothbrush or a stuffed animal. And some of these are preventable, and you can go to our website, redcross.org, to get tips on how to avoid home fires. And so many of them happen right here in the kitchen.
Right, and it is so heartbreaking. We see these stories more often than we would like, of course, on the news about families around the holidays losing absolutely everything. They don't have a Christmas gift to give to their child. If people are watching and they want to help out, what can they do?
Well, first of all, we appreciate the question tremendously. They can go to redcross.org if they want to make a financial donation. They can call 1-800-RED-CROSS to make a financial donation. We also have a wonderful holiday catalog with all kinds of gifts that you can make in honor of a loved one or a coworker, and it's really giving something that means something, which is great. And we also love when people volunteer their time. That's deeply, deeply appreciated as well, because everything we do is because of the generosity of the American public and the generosity of our volunteers.
Definitely. Now, you mentioned the kitchen. Most of the fires are starting in the kitchen. What can we do to help prevent that happening? Because really, around the holidays, a lot of us gather in the kitchen.
Certainly, and that being said, a lot of the gathering and traditions around the holidays involve cooking, and cooking is the leading cause of home fires and injuries that result from those fires. So by following a few simple tips, you can keep your family and friends safe. One of the first things that I would like to recommend is having a properly working and functioning smoke alarm that's positioned not inside, but just outside of the kitchen. That's really important to alert you that when there is a fire, as well as ensuring that your pot handles are turned in on your stove, keeping children and pets 3 feet away from the stove and those cooking areas. Also, as kitchens become the focal point, as we alluded to, in our homes, items get placed on the counter, clutter, or even the ingredients from what we're cooking could be placed too close, an oven mitt or a towel too close to open flames on the cooking surfaces. So what you want to do also is make sure that area is clear. My fire department, as well as numerous others throughout the country, have responded to countless fires in kitchens where food is left unattended on the stove. So a way to prevent that is, if you are or you have to leave the room, just make sure that you turn off the flame and make sure you're safe there.
Some great advice. And change the batteries. So often we hear about people having smoke alarms that are working, but they don't have batteries in there, so it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. I thank you so much for all this information this morning. Happy holidays to you both.
Thank you, Linda. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.